It was June 2018, and summer was kicking into full swing. Beer gardens were bustling, the pints were flowing, but I had a problem. It was annoying, it was hairy, and it was following me everywhere I went. And it wasn't my girlfriend's mate's chihuahua, who we forgot we said we'd look after while she went on a flashy 2-week all-expenses-paid trip to the Maldives with her new boyfriend. I'm not bitter. It was my beard, and I've been struck down by beard itch. Bad. I didn't know what to do, didn't know where to turn, and to be honest, I just assumed that growing a beard wasn't meant for me. So one night, whilst my girlfriend was asleep, I crept into the bathroom, I picked up the razor, and I did the unspeakable. I admitted defeat, and I cut my beard off. However, if I knew then what I know now, this probably would have been a different story. Anyway, the point to this long-winded tale is that if you're suffering with beard itch right now, I genuinely feel your pain. And I'm putting together this video to talk through some of the causes and what you can do about them to fix your beard itch fast and get your beard back on the fast track to growth. First things first, how long is your beard? Because if you've got relatively short stubble and you're new to growing a beard, the good news is that your beard itch is completely normal and almost a rite of passage that a lot of guys with longer beards like mine have to go through. There are a couple of reasons for this. Firstly, beard hair is androgenic, meaning it's controlled by testosterone. It grows a lot thicker than the hair on your head. When it comes out of your face for the first time, the edges of it are typically sharp. And during this process, they can curl back on each other and press into other skin, causing lots of tiny cuts. Your body responds to this via inflammation, which makes you itch it, which in turn makes things a little bit worse. The second reason comes down to something called sebum. Sebum is a sticky oil secreted by our body to help keep our skin and hair soft. However, this is another place where head hair and beard hair differ. In your head, there's a plentiful supply of sebum to go around. On your beard, however, that supply is finite, and it starts to run out pretty fast when you grow a longer beard. I think it was Dan C. Bearded had a pretty good test for this, where he says, don't wash your hair and don't wash your beard for 2 weeks. What's going to happen? You're going to look at your head hair, and your head hair is going to be oily, it's going to be greasy, it's going to be horrible. That, in large part, is down to the sebum and the supply of sebum on your scalp. Look at your beard instead, it's going to be dry as hell, it's going to be itchy, it's going to be horrible. So, if you're starting to grow towards long stubble, maybe a short beard, and you're noticing it's getting itchy, might not be something to worry about particularly, could just be a lack of sebum oil. The way you're going to fix that is with a beard oil. Beard oil and ingredients carry oil ingredients in beard oil, like jojoba oil, are some of nature's closest replicas to the sebum that our face secretes. So by applying that once or twice a day, you can essentially help to top up the supply. Some guys can just miraculously get away with never needing to use beard oil. Their skin maybe particularly isn't sensitive and doesn't get irritated or dry when they don't use it. But if you're getting itchy now, the bad news is you're probably going to need to use beard oil for the rest of your beard's life. The good news on that is there are a lot of different varieties, smells pretty nice, and it's fun to build into a routine. So if you think your skin's dry, grab some beard oil, that's going to fix that right off the bat. So those first couple of points just come hand in hand with growing a new beard and a fact of life. However, there are a couple of things that you could actually just be doing wrong as well. And one of the big ones that I've noticed is using regular shampoo on your beards. A lot of guys, when they grow new beards, they think that they can just grab whatever Head and Shoulders they've got for their head hair and use it on their beard too. I mean, it's all hair, right? You'd be forgiven for thinking that, but it just isn't the case. Your beard hair needs very specific treatment compared to your head hair, because your scalp can take a hell of a beating from some of the crazy chemicals that are in shampoo, whereas the skin on your face is a lot more delicate and sensitive. If you're susceptible and find that you get sensitive skin pretty easily and you use regular head shampoo on your beard, your skin's going to let you know about it pretty quickly. This is largely down to the harsh ingredients that you're going to find in shampoos, such as the sodium lauryl sulfates, which are surfactants, which, I mean, their entire purpose is to strip away dirt and debris from your scalp, and they do a pretty fantastic job of it. They've been used widely for many, many years. However, if they're known to cause dandruff on your head, they're going to wreak absolute havoc on your face. If you use sodium, head shampoos that contain sulfates as surfactants on your face, they're going to not just strip away dirt. I mean, you can have a very, very clean beard, don't get me wrong. They're also going to completely get rid of any of the natural oils. That's the sebum, and what your body is producing of it. It's just going to get stripped completely off your face, and you're going to end up with one very dry beard very, very quickly. Enter beard itch. Beard shampoos are formulated specifically to not include harsh ingredients like this. They're made for your beard, and if you're getting itch and you think it could be because if you're using head shampoo and you got itch, it's probably that, then it's well worth picking up a beard shampoo. I have used 7 Potions head shampoo, 7 Potions beard shampoo, and I'm not mad on the scents, to be honest with you. They're fine, but the shampoo itself absolutely can't fault. My beard doesn't come out of it feeling dry and scratchy. It feels pretty soft and it feels clean as well. I also really like Beard Brand's Utility Wash. I'll pop a link for that in the description. It's an affiliate link. I might make some money if you buy from it. Thank you very much. If you're in a pinch, like I was when I was on holiday, and your budget isn't crazy, I don't know if this is in the US, but there's a cheaper one here. This was like $5 or $6, $3 or £4. I bought this because I had no other option, and lo and behold, I wasn't washing my beard whilst I was away, and it got really itchy really fast. I get very sensitive skin, so I picked this up in an emergency. Wasn't expecting much of it, but it's done a pretty, for the money, I'm pretty impressed with how well it's done, and I hate to say it, because I'm usually one for little independent shops, and Bulldog's a huge, huge company here. Done a pretty good job. Also, we got this coming out. Hasn't been released yet. It's going to be dropping in the next couple of months, but if you want to join our mailing list and find out when we'll be dropping this, it's one of our new fragrances, Sandalwood Vanille. There's nothing in it. It is empty because I have used all of it. I keep getting our chemist to refill it for me because I'm obsessed with it. So yeah, keep your eyes peeled on that one. Next up, it could even be the products that you are actually using. Even if they're specifically designed for beards, or say they are, that doesn't mean they're going to do you that much good. You got to remember, this stuff is going on your face, so it's always best to err on the side of caution. Cheaper beard care products, there are some good ones out there. Most of them, in my experience, are absolutely disastrous. As a general rule of thumb, if it comes with a tacky label on it, in like a squeezy plastic bottle, don't put it anywhere near your skin. When we started out, I can't name names because I'm new to this YouTube game and I don't know if you can get sued for this kind of stuff, but we sent some samples from a couple of best-selling products on Amazon, amazon.com and .co.uk, to our old chemist team for them to take a look at, and basically to reverse engineer and see if there was anything good we could get out of them to improve on. And one or two of them came back and they said, yeah, these are based on formulas that were from the 70s that you just should not put on your skin. The reason that they're still selling, we think, is because these things are made in vats in China, and it's very, very difficult for the US and the UK to ban products from China because they aren't made under the same regulatory control. The EU has very, very strict regulations on what can go in beard care products and what can't. The USA is catching up on that, I think. But yeah, the hoops we had to jump through for our products was crazy. It took us a couple of years to get them out. Not because we were doing anything wrong, it's just that's how long testing takes. It takes a long time to test these products. So if you're buying something from the EU, make sure that these are registered products from companies that look trustworthy and reputable. And as a general rule of thumb, if it's not from a big name and it's under 7 or 8 quid, probably give it a miss. This isn't just because the products might be full of bunk ingredients that aren't really going to do anything for you, and therefore cause itching because your beard isn't getting enough of what it needs. They can also just be downright dangerous too. There's a lot of nuance to the ingredients that go into beard care products. They're classed as cosmetics, they go on your skin's very sensitive. And for example, carrier oils are generally fine, but fragrance in the beard oil in large part comes from essential oils. These are natural products that come directly from plants. They are like the plant's fragrance in its most concentrated form, and a lot of them include allergens. Allergens, if they're present in too high quantities, will give you allergic reactions and a whole host of nasty stuff, like skin toxicity. They can give you lung issues if inhaled. So you want to make sure that the products you're using have these dialed in. There are very, very strict regulations on the quantities in which they can be present in products, and if you're buying from a brand that's cheaper but have products that are being made in their kitchen and they include a little bit too much of one product, or they use a product that's a little bit out of date, then you're putting it on your face and you could actually be doing a lot more harm than good. On the flip side of that, a lot of brands that are making cheaper products try to avoid using essential oils in large quantities. This is because they are expensive. It's not uncommon for brands that make beard oils to have costs for their fragrances going up to like 300, 400, 500 pounds a kilo. On the other side, if you use a synthetic fragrance, you can be paying 40, 50 pounds a kilo. So you can see it's like 10 times cheaper for them to cut a corner. Whilst a lot of synthetic fragrances can be safely used, there are a lot of harsher, cheaper ones as well. So if you're using a beard oil and you're thinking, it's not working, my beard's still itching, if it's got synthetic ingredients in it, it could be those that are actually drying out your beard, or drying out your skin, I should say, and causing skin irritation. Next up, you might just have clogged pores. Pores are the tiny openings on your skin that oil and sweat come out of. And when they get too much oil, dead skin cells, and dirt in them, they can get clogged up. And you're going to notice that in terms of irritation and itching. If you're clean shaven, getting rid of clogged pores and keeping them unclogged isn't a particularly big deal. You can just use an exfoliator directly on your skin to massage the pores and get any dead skin cells and excess oil out. However, when you've got a beard, a longer beard, particularly a thicker beard like mine, getting to those pores can become a bit more of a challenge. This especially becomes a problem if you're using a lot of beard care products, because on top of the excess dead skin cells and oil that are already clogging your pores, you're just adding more stuff into the mix. As I mentioned before, I've got especially sensitive skin, and I find this is particularly an issue when I use products like balms and butters. Oils will typically absorb pretty quickly. As a general rule of thumb, if you apply beard oil and 30 minutes after applying, you can do this with your hand and come off, and it comes off oily and shiny, you're using a bit too much. But with balms and butters, they don't absorb as quickly. They will sit on your skin a little bit longer, and I find that it clogs my pores. For example, if I use a balm during the day and then a butter at night before I go to bed, if I wake up next morning and I don't immediately wash my beard, I find that my skin almost hurts to touch. I'm pretty sure this is down to clogged pores. But it almost feels like, if you put a cap on your head for a long time, maybe this is just me again, right? But you put a cap on your head for a long time and you take it off and your hair almost hurts to touch. It's that kind of feeling. To avoid this happening, you're going to want to make sure that you're washing your beard and you're cleaning it properly. There's, I guess, the belief that's been around for many, many years that you should wash your beard a maximum of once or twice a week. I've never found any issues with doing it more as long as I'm using the right product. I think this stems from before, where we mentioned people using head shampoos. If you're using a head shampoo on your face, definitely don't use that more than once or twice a week, because those sulfates are really going to start to do some damage. But if you've got a mild, gentle, cleansing beard shampoo, you can use that every day. In fact, I'd probably encourage it if you have a manual job and you work outside. If I don't wash my beard every day, it gets pretty uncomfortable pretty quickly. So yeah, go ahead. In addition to this, I'd recommend getting a decent boar's hair beard brush. I try and stay away, for the purposes of exfoliation, I try and stay away from plastic brushes. I don't think I have one here. Or combs, because you really do want to try and exfoliate. Boar's hair is typically stiff enough to give decent exfoliation, but not so tough that it's going to cause excess irritation. So I'd grab one of those and give that a go. Finally, if you're doing all of these steps, you know, you've ruled out that it's a rash or underlying skin condition, you're not using a head shampoo, you've got a decent beard shampoo, you're using beard oils which you've patch tested and you're sure are of high quality, and you're also exfoliating underlying skin by massaging with your shampoo and also using your boar's hair beard brush, and you still got a bit of itch going on, it could just be time to bring out the big guns and pick up a beard conditioner. Beard conditioners work in much the same way as a head hair conditioner is going to. It's going to help to hydrate the skin underneath your beard, moisturize it, and also soften your beard hair so they're less scratchy and coarse. If you're looking for a decent one, again, don't cut corners on this. It's very important because you'll be wasting your money. If you've got some cash to splash, the Beard brand utility softener is brilliant. I'd recommend the Old Money fragrance. That's my personal favorite. Also, not one to like bang an old drum, but 7 Potions is pretty good as well. I recommend 7 Potions a lot because in the UK it's kind of hard to find alternative beard conditioners, and these guys have dominated the market with a product that's reasonably priced. You can get like a 250ml bottle for about £12, I think, so sick. And also it gets the job done. You can use this as often as you want, but I'd typically say, you know, at least 2 or 3 times a week. Add it in after you've shampooed your beard, leave it in for 2 to 5 minutes, wash it out. You're going to notice a difference within a couple of days. So there we have it. Everything you need to know about the causes and cures for beard itch. Have these worked for you? Are there any other tips that you've tried in the past that have worked particularly well? I want to hear from you. I'll be reading all the comments, so let me know in the comment section below. And yeah, thanks for watching, and as always, let it grow, bro.